Greetings, YouTube. It is your buddy Choppadong coming at you with another episode of Chop Talk, brought to you by the one, the only DFSArmy.com, your one-stop shop for all things DFS. It is NFL Week 1. It is not MLB Week 1, so a lot of us are transitioning and shifting over to NFL thoughts. However, we do still cover baseball here at DFS Army. Head down to the comments section. Click on the link, dfsarmy.com, use coupon code CHOP, C-H-O-P, for a 10% discount. Become a VIP because you've got both. You've got access to both the sports. You've also got PGA, MMA, NASCAR, anything that you want to play while we're waiting on the next week of NFL to roll around. There's a lot of dead time in a weekly sport. Bottom line is you're still going to want something to do. You're still going to want something to play. And you're going to want the content, tools, and coaching that we offer inside DFSArmy.com. So that's just a no-brainer. You get all of that stuff for one price. I mean, you don't have to buy football and then buy baseball. No, you get it all for one. Whatever you pick, VIP experience, and kaboom, the world unlocks to you. Dedicated to make you a better player. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is why am I not playing a lot of MLB now? And it comes down to very, very simple thoughts. The toughest players in the world are playing MLB still, and the fish are gone. I'm not saying that I don't have an edge over the game or that I can be competitive or any of that. What I'm saying is if I was a professional poker player, I wouldn't want to sit down at a table full of pros unless I was wanting a challenge. If I was wanting to pay my bills, I'd rather sit down with your kids. So why not go where the kiddie table is? The kiddie table right now is NFL. It's starting brand new. Everybody that's only playing NFL came back last week and they're all fired up to go throw their money away. Go scoop it up. Stop wasting your damn time with the experts unless you just love baseball. I just love baseball. Sometimes I'll throw lineups out there, but I'm not playing on a regular basis anymore, and I really don't think it's smart to do that. I think it's smarter to always play with an advantage, always play with an edge, always play where you have the best chance to earn money, and that right now is NFL. So, that said, let's dive in. You know what? Actually, thumb through my, when you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, thumb back through it. Find all of the NFL videos we've been putting out. Get yourself brought up to speed and go toss some ducats into the NFL contests while you're here. But if you absolutely love baseball, like I do, it's religion in St. Louis, in my town, you might throw a buck or two out there, and we need to know where we're going to go on this 4-game slate. So let's really quickly break it down in the starting matchups page, just like we always do. I mean, things don't change. So we're going to sort by the K percentage, bring all of the strikeout guys to the top. 1, 2, Strasburg, Greinke, maybe Luis Castillo. Shane Bieber's in play. Anibal Sanchez has been in play. Nobody really seems to be priced up, priced down. They're all priced down on DraftKings looking at it. That's not a good sign for Fanduel. But you're going to look here at the 490 K score out of Strasburg, and then you're going to wonder, it is August, it is hot and humid, and there are rumors his velocity's dropped off and he might not be the pitcher he was, so maybe he's overpriced at 9,600. He might be a GPP option for you tonight. Greinke at a 460, Castillo at a 490. Really hard to take Cincinnati at home in that ballpark, even though they are facing San Diego. That's a tough one to look at. Bieber, what are we at here? 460. All I'm doing is adding the K-handedness to the K percentage here and dropping the decimal point. Lauer, Gaviglio. All right, I'm going to look to a little bit of Vegas. And we got minus 150s in this general area and a low opponent run here on Zach Greinke. So it's Arizona at home. Arizona's Castillo. Okay, so you're down here in the 8-2 if you want to save some money. You're up here at 10-5 if you want a little bit of security. Not that I trust Atlanta in a pitcher's park. I hate to say it, but I might go Castillo. Oh, that's so awful. This is not a slate to play. I wouldn't I should just cut the video off here and be done with it. But if you're dying to play this slate, man, I don't know why. Holy crap on a cracker. Let's see. These bottom two pitchers, everything else is over a 40, so we scroll down here, we look for bats. I mean, I guess I'd run Greinke or Castillo. That's where I'd probably just have to go. And I'd say good enough is good enough. And I would look at Cincinnati and Cleveland as my main offenses tonight. If I look at implied run total over here, opponent runs, Yeah, these are the two highest on the slate. So it looks like those are really the only two. So on a 4-game slate, really easy. I'd make 3 different lineups. I'd run a little bit of Cincinnati and a little bit of Cleveland in there with either Greinke or Castillo or one of each. And then I would look here for the double red guys. Oh man, just taking the wind out of my sails. Down to, that's not pink. That shouldn't be. So you're looking at Viglio and Lauer for both sides of the plate. Cincinnati and Cleveland, there we are again, 3-star offense. You might take lefties on Bieber or Castillo. Lefties on Bieber or Castillo, and righties on Sanchez. So Arizona righties, San Diego, Toronto lefties. So let's jump into the trends tab. Let's see how that all lines up. Ay, ay, ay. See if we can't find some hot bats here. On a shorter slate, sometimes you don't even want the 350, but I'm going to stay with it. Sometimes you go down to 330 or something. You got to take what the slate gives you. There's no doubt about that. Organize that by descending. Come down here. Pay attention to the at-bats. 1 at-bat, 1,200 WOBA. Doesn't tell me anything. But let's look at Toronto. Said lefties against Bieber, didn't we? So McKinney, maybe Smoke. I would look up handedness numbers on these guys with a little bit of spare time. These would be the 2 guys I'd be focused on right now. Cincinnati. Well, we said Arizona and San Diego righties, so we'll check them in a minute. Cincinnati, Jeanette, Schebler. That's about it. The others don't. I mean, if they start, you might use a Dixon or a Williams. But Schebler and Jeanette would be where I go. So Smoke, Jeanette, to cross over some teams. Cleveland, Diaz if he gets a start. Kipnis is about the only one running really well. Geyer if he gets a start. Maybe you'd look at that. But Geyer's WOBA is pretty low at 352. He barely made the list. So Kipnis maybe is a one-off. Although the offenses are in a good spot, so you might just stack them up anyway and pick the guys most likely to produce. Take sort of a GPP shot on them. I don't think I'd play a lot of cash tonight. It's just not too predictable. Arizona righties. Walker, if he gets any at-bats. Goldschmidt, of course. Goldschmidt, solid play. Very solid play. Padres righties. All 3. Well, you might not do Renfroe. Renfroe's got pop, so even at the 350, maybe he hits one out. Hedges, Ellis. Okay, so it's not a good slate. It doesn't have a lot of big names on it. It doesn't have a lot of fun on it. The pitchers are all crap. They've all got their holes. It's a very random slate, and on these random type slates, we're going to be headed for cash games. I mean, tournaments, not cash games, because you need the volatility. And when the volatility happens, you're either going to go boom or you're going to go bust. And if you're going to go boom, you're usually going to really go boom. And if you're going to really go boom, you want to be in a GPP that pays you off. It's just that simple. Don't overthink this one. Play a couple of GPPs if you want to, but I'd stay out of cash. I wouldn't pay a whole hell of a lot of attention to the slate to begin with. I just don't like it. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll have a much bigger slate to deal with. In the meantime, run over and play with the YouTube channel, listen to some of the videos, go to the DFSArmy.com website, go onto the NFL tab, play with some of that, but most importantly, become a VIP so you can unlock it all. You get the controls to all of these research stations to yourself. You get to use the Domination Station Optimizer, which you see right up here, with all of the tutorials for all the sports that you might want to play. And you get coaching. You get people that will teach you how to use these tools. You get people that will teach you the stats to look for. You get people that will tell you and talk a little bit of game theory and a little bit of lineup construction. Last night, for over an hour, we were sitting in Dabbing Puggle's channel just listening to him talk about building a lineup. Absolutely amazing coaching that he did last night, and a ton of people got a lot out of it. Don't let these guys get educated ahead of you. Get in here and get educated along with them. Don't sit around thinking that you're too good for this and you'll only take what's offered for free. When the rest of the world has the advantage, I'll leave you with one more story, a poker story. I started playing poker several years ago, before the heads-up displays got really, really popular. Before long, heads-up displays were everywhere. Those were numbers that would overlay on your seat and tell me exactly how you play the game of poker. I could look at how often do you fold, how often do you raise, how often are you in a pot, how often, do you get to the river and showdown, how often do all of this stuff with different factors on a sliding scale telling me were you not very aggressive or were you very aggressive, and then I could exploit the hell out of you. I didn't have to do a lot of thinking once the numbers came up and I built a decent sample size on you. I knew exactly how you played and exactly how to attack you. Once everybody had those heads-up displays, it was if you can't beat them, you join them. But the fish that didn't have them would get absolutely demolished. Don't be the fish. The fish is the guy who doesn't have access to premium coaching. Don't be that guy. That guy is at a disadvantage today because there is so much content out there being locked up that is so much deeper and so much better than the stuff that slips out for free. That guy is now going to become the fish, and he is going to get absolutely trampled on over time. You need to put the odds in your favor. You need to put the odds back on your side. You need to get the coaching, the content, and the tools that are all locked up for premium. And I'm sorry, you have to invest in your own game to do it. No better place, in my opinion, for bang for the buck than DFSArmy.com. So click that link, click like, and subscribe to the channel. Come on in. It's only been 11 minutes. Very, very short slate breakdown today. We'll leave it right there. And we'll be back tomorrow with a bigger slate breakdown and possibly some more NFL stuff. Take care, guys. I will talk to you soon.